This video is brought to you by
Cool Green Clothing. We done gone worldwide and we coming straight out of Baltimore. And if you're in town, pull up on us at 215 West Saratoga Street. And if you're not in town, go online right now at coolgreenclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way. And that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you're feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Before I get started, I just want to say it's a requested video. But with that being said, let's get right into the story. Being a young man in this world can be hard. It comes with a lot of pressure. Every day you have to make choices that can be life-changing. For a lot of men in their early and late 20s, that's usually the years when you are really trying to figure out life. What path you want to take? Do I want to be a family man, go to work, come home, spend time with my girl and kid, wake up and do it all over again? A career man, focus on myself early on, get my money, set up things for a smooth future, and chill later. Or like a lot of young men, do I just go with the flow and kind of just coast through life? At that age, even though grown, sometimes your mind is not settled yet and temptation can hit hard. I knew a lot of young men that wanted to do right, work, make some money, but when things got shaky, sometimes other opportunities seemed like a better option. For example, you 21 years old, you got a baby on the way, working at Walmart. Your homeboy comes to you like, yo, I gotta play. We can make 2 stacks a piece. All you gotta do is drive me and my mans to this house. Be a lookout and wait. Your paycheck might only be $500 a week. So in your mind, $2,000 for an hour of your time makes sense. But you don't know, you could have just signed yourself up for a life sentence or a possibility of losing your own life. But of course, in that moment, it's a go. Because that monetary gain seems like that's all that matters. It's no reset button on life. And unfortunately, it's a lot of young men gone, whether to the grave or a cell, because the choices and decisions they made that they couldn't come back from. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing the case of a trap deal for some fast money that took a fatal turn in Baltimore. Back in 2022, 28-year-old Vincent Leach was navigating life in Baltimore. The young man was described as being laid back, down to earth, humble, and not scared to be himself. A popular guy who was cool with everybody. He had a lot of close friends. Vincent graduated from Kenwood High School in Essex, Baltimore County. After high school, he decided to further his education by attending the Community College of Baltimore County, where he studied cybersecurity. To find his way out here in the world and to stand on his own 2 feet, the young man worked multiple jobs, including at Franklin Square Hospital and a grocery store in his area. In his downtime, Vincent liked to cook, skateboard with friends, in which he was passionate about, and come up with new ideas to make money. From the clothing brand he started with his homeboy to a food truck, the young man was full of hustle, dreams, and ideas. His ultimate goal was to move to Cali with his fiance and start a clothing brand out there, in which he had the plan in motion already, and the dream would become a reality the following year in 2023. But on October 3rd, 2022, things would take a turn. That day, Vincent was in contact with another young man through text messages and social media. That man was, at the time, 22-year-old Nakai Robinson. It's not clear how the 2 men knew each other, but the conversation was about meeting up for a deal, a quarter pound of grass, in which the price was set at $600. Vincent told the man to meet him at the Hallfield Apartments on the county side of Bel Air Road in Nottingham. When the car pulled up, he hit Vincent's phone like, "Yo, I'm outside." Vincent walked out to the parking lot. When he came up to the car after a brief conversation, over 10 shots went off, and the car fled the scene. Just a little bit after 5:30 p.m. in Baltimore County, it was multiple witnesses outside who called police. County police responded to the scene to find Vincent suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, shot over 10 times, and he was laying by a dumpster. Unfortunately, the young man would pass away at the scene. Witnesses told police they saw two shooters, and it seemed like a robbery. Police confirmed the story because it was two different caliber shell casings on the scene. A quick search of the young man's cell phone quickly gave police a suspect. They realized the young man was in communication with a prepaid phone number and a social media account that belonged to Nakai. Also, cameras in the area showed the getaway vehicle fleeing the scene, but police determined Nakai didn't act alone. It was two shooters and a getaway driver. Tips quickly came in that the two men who were allegedly with the young man were 18-year-old Rashad Hamilton and 24-year-old Mashal Shabazz. Police went to talk to all three of the young men. A search of their cell phones placed them at the scene at the time of the incident, and their phones all pinged together when they left the location. Police were able to determine from surveillance footage of the vehicle it was three people in the car. With that, all three men were taken into custody, charged with first-degree hit. Vincent's family was devastated that the young man with so much potential and so many dreams had lost his life in such a manner. A drug deal gone bad. As the case started making its way to trial, prosecutors painted a picture of Nakai being the mastermind, using a prepaid cell phone, contacting Vincent with the intentions to rob the man. With evidence against him, even though Nakai's lawyer tried to argue the evidence was circumstantial, he was found guilty on all charges and faced the maximum sentence of life in prison plus 20 years. Doing all my research, I couldn't find any information on Rashad or Mashal, whether or not they were convicted or beat the case. As of now, even though I don't know how much time he received, Nakai was the only one found guilty and is currently serving his time at WCI. Rest in peace to Vincent. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. Life gone, over $600, basically a McDonald's paycheck. What always gets me is the potential a young man with dreams, goals, about to get married, relocate, and that's all gone over some grass. As far as the other three young men, all under 30, facing life in prison over a split-second decision. Like we was talking about earlier, choices. Nakai could have easily said, "You know what, bro? I was about to pull this move, but it ain't worth it." Vincent could have also said, "I'ma just work my regular job. I'm not doing nothing else until I relocate." But unfortunately, that temptation forever changed the lives of four young men. But I want to leave this one open for discussion. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on the situation in the comments. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace, that young man. I definitely send my prayers to his family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all tap that like button if y'all feeling the content. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.